Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, good people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. Few hours ago, the president has given directive that the Wike FCTA should halt in their moves to reclaim or seal buildings or properties that have not paid their ground rent. But interestingly, it seems as though Wike has decided to shun Tinubu's directive. Some few hours ago, he moved in on FIRS for the second day, and already the courts are on the neck of the FCTA directors. You get to hear full details of what transpired some few hours ago. Now, according to the news, despite President Tinubu's intervention, temporarily halting the sealing of properties belonging to individuals and agencies accused of non-payment of ground rent in the Federal Capital Territory FCT Minister Nyesom Wike has been accused of shunning the directive and disrupting operation of Federal Inland Revenue Service (FIRS). Arabirin Aderonke, the technical assistant on broadcast media to the FIRS chairman Zaka Adedeji, accused FCTA officials of causing mayhem at the FIRS headquarters on Tuesday, which is the second day. Ms. Aderonke said despite FIRS not being one of the defaulters, FCTA official beat off FIRS staff while disrupting activities at the headquarters. According to her, she said, despite PBAT's yesterday order directing FCTA to give 14 days grace to defaulters, although FIRS isn't a defaulter, FCTA returned to FIRS headquarters to cause mayhem. Ms. Aderonke wrote on X, said, my colleague, SA protocol to FIRS chairman, was beaten by an officer of the NSCDC with bruises and blood all over his body. Nigerians who commented on the development on Tuesday described the action as unnecessary and uncalled for. Now, shortly after Mr. Wike ordered the sealing of the properties, including People Democratic Party headquarters in Abuja, Mr. Tinubu intervened and granted a 14-day grace period for them to settle their outstanding obligation and regularize their document. However, also the court has waded into the case. An Abuja High Court has issued a bench warrant against the Director of Investigation and Prosecution of the FCTA, Joseph Iriki, and 10 others. Justice Suleiman Belgore issued the order to compel the director and others to appear before the court for a suit filed against them. The judge's decision followed the application of the prosecuting counsel David Kuswe, who lamented the failure of the effort to ensure that the suspect appears in court. Justice Suleiman Belgore of the High Court in Abuja has issued a warrant of arrest against Joseph Iriki, the Director of Investigation and Prosecution of the Nyesom Wike-led Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA) and 10 others. The judge has issued the order to compel the appearance of Joseph Iriki and 10 others before the court as they had been arraigned in a suit filed against them by the federal government. The warrant was issued following an application by the prosecution counsel David Kiswe, who stated that all effort to ensure the suspects are present in court had failed. Kiswe informed the court that the prosecution had made several attempts to notify the suspect lawyers and surety, but to no avail. He cited Section 124 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act (ACJA), which allows for the issuance of a bench warrant to compel attendance in court. The court agreed to the application, issuing the warrant to ensure the suspect appearance for arraignment on the 6-count charges. Now, why did the court order arrest of FCTA directors? The charges against the suspect include criminal conspiracy, criminal trespasses, forgery, and using a forged document as genuine. They are also accused of using criminal force to deter a public servant from performing their duties. The suspect allegedly entered a plot of land belonging to 8H Ventures and constructed structures without authorization to defraud the company. According to the prosecution, the suspect fraudulently obtained a consent judgment for the land, which was given to Superstructure Limited, The case has been adjourned until June 4th for arraignment. The court decision to issue a bench warrant highlights the seriousness of the allegation and the need for the suspect to face trial. The suspects are facing a 6-count charge, which was filed in February. The court's ruling emphasized the importance of speedy trial and the need for the suspect to be held accountable for their actions. With the bench warrant in place, the court is taking steps to ensure that the suspect appear in court and face the charges against them. Wow, this is getting really interesting. Nigerians have really reacted to what happened some few days ago under, the leadership of Wike. Now, Wike has not made any statement. Larry also have not made any statement about the fact that for the second time, the FCTA went to FIRS despite the intervention of Bola Tinubu. There had been no reaction from Wike's camp. That's Wike's spokesperson in respect to this. But then, a lot of people still believe that Wike is not totally, that some believe that Wike may not be in the know about it. But others also believe that Wike may be fully involved in this. But my colleague is in the house, and we just want to talk about it. Though most Nigerians say that FIRS should go and pay their ground rent, and people are wondering if FIRS will owe it, then they don't even have the right, to go around and be demanding taxes from the people. FIRS is saying, we're not owing any money. These guys are just being unprofessional. What's the standpoint on the fact that Wike's team shunned Tinubu's directive and went ahead and do what they did?
Let's start with the fact that they have just disobeyed the sitting president. A directive was given by the president to the FCTA minister, and they pretended as if nothing was said. In the first instance, when they started this whole drama, the FIRS boss, went into a closed-door meeting with Mr. President, and they settled this internally. And when they started the noise making on social media, on the media space, he made mention that they are owing no kobo. That this is so unprofessional in FCTA's approach to things. It's as if the president, Mr. President, do not have the power or the right to, give an instruction and FCTA obeys it. In all sincerity, I feel that things ought to be done and should be done properly. But now that it has gotten to this level, where it has now become a case of Bola Tinubu giving an instruction and we cannot obeying it, I think they need to really look into this very critically. I'm sure that the president did not, it wasn't close chasing when he made the statement he made. And to think that an order has been given and they flouted it, who is FIRS going to obey? Are they going to take orders from Mr. President, or do they take orders from FCT minister? And I think this is the best time the president needs to stamp his foot of authority over Wike. Yes, he's the FCT minister, but he is not the president. And the power of president I do not know if there was a hidden agreement between them, because I don't understand why the president will give an instruction and the FCT minister will go contrary to it. That means there's more that meets the eye. Or except, of course, the FCT minister wants to prove a point that is above all. And of course, with this FIRS, we have to make their stand known. The judiciary know him as the golden boy, but this time around, this affects his boys. Would he allow his boys to go under the bus, or would he take in the heat for his boys? Because those guys went in, sealed up that place simply because of the instruction given to them by the FCT minister.
All right, that's where we'd like to leave it. Let's meet in a commission and talk more on this. What's the standpoint on the fact that despite President's directive, in some Wike's boys decline and